Ironically, Candace Parker is in a little bit of a hot seat right now.
Yeah, she probably shouldn't go to
thoughts.
Chicago.
Candace Parker just broke the unspoken rule of the WNBA, and now the mob is coming for her. If you've been paying attention, you already know this is the current state of women's basketball. The fastest growing star the league has ever seen, Caitlin Clark, is powering historic ratings, selling out arenas, breaking records, and still getting torn down for it. And here's the crazy part. It's not just her. Anyone who dares support her without showering equal praise on every other player is immediately a target. That's not hyperbole. It's happening right now to one of the most decorated legends the league has ever produced, Candace Parker. At this point, there's no denying Caitlin Clark is the engine driving the WNBA's growth, fourth in MVP voting, single season assists record holder, Time Athlete of the Year in her rookie season. You don't put up a resume like that without being generational. But here's the problem. The second you say that out loud without adding, and by the way, everyone else is just as important, you get labeled part of the problem. The mob pounces. And that's exactly what's happening to Candace. She's been steady in her praise of Caitlin for months, but this week she went further. Not just defending Clark from one of the dumbest talking points floating around, but flipping the spotlight right back on the players pushing it. That's when you could feel the shift. Candace wasn't just defending a player anymore. She was taking a public stand against an entire narrative. And in this league, that's a line you're not supposed to cross. So, what did she say? And why is it hitting a nerve with the old guard? We're about to break it down. But first, if you're enjoying watching Candace go toe-to-toe with the WNBA mob, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next.
I just think that when you bring opinions to the table, you got to have something to back it up. So you can't just say stuff.
Sadly, Candace, you're finding out the hard way. That's just not how the WNBA works right now. Because when it comes to Caitlin Clark's impact, both on the floor and in the league's bank account, the playbook for a lot of people has been the same. Either hide it or downplay it until it sounds like no big deal. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at what ESPN did with the All-Star Game numbers.
It's fine to just say, just post the ratings. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. But it is another situation than pretending like Caitlin Clark doesn't exist.
They didn't compare this year's game to last year's, the one Caitlin Clark actually played in. Nope, they skipped right over it and went all the way back to 2023. Why? Because if they had compared to last year, they'd have been forced to admit the truth. Ratings were down 36% without Caitlin Clark on the court. And I don't care who you are. There is no legitimate reason to erase the most recent